I went back and watched every single game that the Indiana Pacers played in this postseason, and I have three major takeaways that I think could be bad news for the New York Knicks. We'll break that down on today's show, but I want you to subscribe and join us here live on the channel. We go live for every single game day, and I want to see you there, and this is how we do it. Everybody say, hey, we want a Knicks win! Hey, we want a Knicks win! Everybody say, hey, we want a Knicks win! Hey, we got 4 Knicks wins! Everybody say, go New York, go New York, go! 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 We are the New York Knicks! 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 Let's go! Knicks! You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and we are just one day away from the Eastern Conference Finals being kicked off. And let's dive into it. 3 things that I am worried about heading into this series, that if the New York Knicks do not approach them with a serious mindset, they are going to lose this series. And the thing that popped off the tape for me when I went back and watched all of those Pacers playoff games was their ball movement. The way they are able to move the ball, the way they go about philosophically playing the game of basketball is something that the New York Knicks really haven't went up against in the playoffs this year. Indiana wants to run and gun. They have a similar offense to what I like to call the 7 seconds or less offense that we saw with the Phoenix Suns and Steve Nash when he won back-to-back MVPs. Let's put a little color to the picture here. They averaged the most passes per game by far in the NBA when it comes to the playoffs. 337 passes. That is by far and away the number one in the postseason. They also averaged the most assists per game, 29.7 first. Their assist ratio, 21.3. Their assist points created, 76.4. They create, on average, 76 points off assists per game. Assists adjusted, meaning factoring in assists that would have counted if a player got fouled or if there was a secondary assist, like a hockey assist. 37.1 first in the NBA, and their assist to turnover ratio is 2.34, the second best in the NBA. The ball movement for the Indiana Pacers is going to test the defensive communication for the New York Knicks. And we have seen so far throughout the 82-game regular season and the games that they've played against the Pistons and the Celtics, when the Knicks are not playing their best, it's when they are not communicating. We saw that in Game 5 against Boston. This is a team that struggled to stay in front of players on Boston, but they also struggled in switches and pick and roll situations. And if you are not locked in when it comes to being able to communicate, switch effectively, and know where your teammates are going to be, you're going to be in a lot of trouble against Indiana. Also, this Pacers offense is much different than what the Knicks have seen in the postseason this far. The Pistons and the Celtics were the 2 teams that ranked last and second to last when it came to passes per game, with the Pistons averaging 238 passes per game and the Boston Celtics averaging 239. The Pacers averaged 337, so almost 100 more passes per game. And when it comes to assists per game, 20, both tied for 12th, where the Indiana Pacers were number 1 in the NBA with almost 30. So it's a different opponent, which means it's going to require a different defensive game plan and one that is going to be better than you've had all postseason long. I love the way the Knicks went about playing defense against the Celtics. But this team will test you from horizontal ball movement, side-to-side speed, switching ability, hedging screens, icing screens, all of those things. The defense has to be locked in, because if you're not, you're going to get cooked by this team. They have been awesome when it comes to scoring the basketball, but that all comes from their ability to generate good shots. And the way they're able to generate good shots has led to them hitting every single shot, it seems like. The Indiana Pacers have been on fire in the postseason from downtown, from two, and players are shooting better than they have when it comes to what they were doing in the NBA regular season. Just like they were number one in passes and assists and all of those passing stats, they're number one in field goal percentage. They're number one in three-point percentage. This offense is clicking. They are playing their best basketball they have all year long. They finished the regular season 15-4. They are now 8-2 in the postseason now. So they're 23, and I think that would be 9 off of simple math off the top of my head, and in large part because they are shooting the piss out of the ball, and they have multiple players that can get it done. Andrew Nembhard is shooting 50% from downtown in the playoffs on 4.4 threes per game. Aaron Nesmith, he's shooting well, 48% on 5.5 threes per game. Miles Turner, as Knicks fans, we know that he can knock it down from downtown, and now the Knicks are able to defend that pick and pop will be critical. Pascal Siakam's even shooting 44% from three. Tyrese Haliburton's not shooting all that well, 33.8% from downtown, but on 6.5 attempts. Obi Toppin shooting 33%. Benedict Matherin's only shooting 28.1%, but he's able to light it up. He did in round 2. Ben Shepherd could come off the bench and knock down some threes, shooting 35%. And if you leave Aaron Nesmith open, he's going to knock it down on catch-and-shoot three-pointers in the playoffs. Nesmith is shooting 50%. 5.2 per game, so 5.2 come off catch and shoots, 5.6 all in total, so he's a guy that only really plays off the catch. Andrew Nembhard, as we know, can get it off the bounce. We remember in Game 3 last year when the Knicks were up 2-0 with an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter, and Andrew Nembhard hit a 45-foot three-pointer off a step back. He's shooting 55% on pull-up threes, and Haliburton is shooting just 30% on pull-up threes on 5 per game. So you want Haliburton shooting off the bounce, and you just want to limit the catch-and-shoot opportunities from three that the Indiana Pacers will be able to create due to their ball movement. Like, if the Pacers shoot like they have, if the Pacers shoot 40% in the playoffs against the Knicks this year, it's going to be really tough for the New York Knicks to beat them. It's tough to beat anybody if they shoot 40% from three. That's in my opinion, an unsustainable number, but Indy's got a chance to keep it going. So I'm really worried about the ball movement, their ability to continue to knock down threes at an all-time level, and the pace of play that Indiana runs with is something I'm a little bit worried about as well. I also went back and watched the second-round playoff matchup where the Knicks lost to the Pacers in 7 games, and you could see throughout that series that the pace of play was starting to take a toll on the Knicks. Obviously, the injuries as well. We know who they all were. I'm not saying that they got hurt because of the pace of play, but you could see the fatigue starting to creep in when we got to Game 7 due to that pace of play. The Indiana Pacers averaged 99.2 possessions in the playoffs. It's the third highest in the NBA. The only 2 teams that are higher are no longer in the NBA, or I think it was the Grizzlies and the Grizzlies and the Thunder. Thunder are still in. But if you're averaging 100 possessions per 48 minutes, that's unreal. And that's why they have an offensive rating of 117.3, meaning they score 117 points per 100 possessions in the playoffs. The Pacers average almost 5 more possessions per game than the Pacers. The Pacers average almost more than 5 more possessions per game than the Knicks. Their offensive rating is better, their net rating is better, and their three-point percentage has been better. Like, you got to get back. The Pacers are going to want to push off misses. The Pacers are going to want to push off of makes. And if the Knicks are going to miss layups, that's most likely going to turn into fast break opportunities for Indiana. And we know that they can score in bunches. They have 2 games where they came back from 7 points in less than 2 minutes. And they were able to do it because they're able to just score so many points in so many different ways and so quickly. Haliburton get it done, but he's really the table setter for that team. I'm also worried a little bit about Pascal Siakam. He actually absolutely fried the New York Knicks last year. He was hunting that Josh Hart matchup, and that's not a good one for the New York Knicks. Hopefully OG Anunoby is able to contain him. Like, overall, the Pacers play, it got to the Knicks last year. And they've got to be able to be ready for that this year. I need Tom Thibodeau to be a little bit better. Last year, I felt like the Pacers' offense was just a lot more easy to get buckets than the Knicks, and it's really a clash of two styles. The Knicks are one of the teams that have the least amount of assists in the playoffs. Pacers have one of the most. The Pacers want to play up and down. The Knicks want to play a half-court game. The Knicks control the offensive and defensive glass. The Pacers do not. The Knicks have isolation half-court scores. The Pacers are always running their system. A complete clash of two different styles. I think the Knicks are going to find a way to get this done. What about you? Who are you rolling with to get to the finals to represent the Eastern Conference? Is it the Knicks? Is it the Pacers? And I just want to say this to the Knicks fans. Go watch our preview video and then go to the comment section. There's a lot of Pacers fans in the comments, and I better see more NYKs than INDs. I truly believe that the Knicks A game can beat anybody in the playoffs. Of the 4 teams left, if the Knicks play their best, they can go toe-to-toe with any team left. And I think the Knicks A game is better than the Pacers A game. But you're going to have to play your A game if you want to win this series. If you want to get to the finals, you got to play your best, or you won't be playing much longer. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up icon on your way out. Give me a follow on Twitter. Give me a follow on social media. I'm tweeting and I'm posting every day about the Knicks. I appreciate you guys. We're going to be live on the channel an hour before tip-off tomorrow. I'm excited. I know y'all are. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, and let's go Knicks.